bus.biz, and we are at the quarterly event. If you look around, you see that we are having an amazing time here with the virtual conference, and I'm meeting some wonderful people. And I'm so happy to introduce you to the newest person that I've gotten to meet today, Helen Harwood Snell. So, Helen, come on in, and if you want to tell us a bit about what you do.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me on. This is my first time here at the conference as well. Um, and my work focuses on working with founders and experts on helping them define clear messaging that's going to reach their audience.
Excellent. And what is the name of your business?
It's actually my name, helenharwoodsnell.com. You can find me there. You can find me on LinkedIn, Helen Harwood Snell Storyteller.
Awesome. So tell me a bit more about how you go about with when you're communicating with your folks with the storytelling. You want to tell us about the storytelling piece of what you do?
Yeah, I'm trained in storytelling, and I'm also certified as a communication coach. And what I have developed is what I call language alchemy, which provides the creativity of storytelling and the science of communication to make sure that your original language, your unique value proposition, for example, is coming across clearly, but spoken in a way that your audience really truly understands. And storytelling is a great way to connect, emotionally, which is what we really want to do when we're trying to make a sale. And I've created as well something called the Bridge Framework, which is how to span from your ideation to the language that your customer needs to hear.
And that's huge because there's so many of us, we don't know how to do that. We know we want to talk to people. We know we need them to understand what we do, but to get those words in the right place, in the right way to be received the way people need to receive them, that people need you.
Yes, absolutely. I find, why I really focus on founders and experts is because I find, especially people at that kind of higher level of thinking, have a difficult time putting themselves into the seat of their customer who needs all of their brain wisdom, right? And so that's what I really try to do, is help translate that to a language that the people who really need you can understand.
And so much value in that. So, and I understand you also have a podcast. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes, yes. Thanks for asking, Sue. I have a podcast called Tuesday Tales, and it started initially as a live podcast once a week on Tuesdays on LinkedIn. But I am just in the process now of changing the format so that it is a recorded process. And it's all about helping my guests profile their business to my audience, but also helping them dig the stories out that might help them make better connections.
Wow, I love that. And where can people find your podcast?
Right now, the only place you can find it is on my YouTube channel, which again is Helen Harwood Snell. But as I said, I'm in the process of kind of not rebranding necessarily, but just refining the format so that I'm going to be putting it out to other platforms like Apple and Spotify and places like that.
Beautiful. Oh, I love it. And if I understood correctly, this is your first time here at this event.
It is. Yes, I know Chris Slipper very well through networking, and I visited this event last quarter and didn't quite understand the timing and got here just in time to go to the networking at the end of the day. But I talked with Chris and decided it would be a great way to showcase what I do. And so I've got a booth here today as well.
Awesome. And how's your experience so far? What do you think of all this?
You know what? It's fun. I was talking with someone else over in my booth earlier, and I said it's kind of like playing a video game a little bit because you have to figure out how to move around. Like I've disappeared twice, and I'm not even sure what I did to make myself disappear. So that's kind of fun, and it brings a little bit of levity to the idea of everybody's kind of fumbling and bumbling around. So when you're talking to somebody at a trade show where you might otherwise not do that in person, you kind of do it here because everybody's going through the same weird experience.
I love that you said this feels like a video game, because I've said that before too, that it's kind of that combination of getting the fun of being, being an avatar. How often do you get, and then I gotta say, I couldn't figure out how to make myself a woman on here. So I've got my suit on. It's all good. So figuring it out as I go as well, and just loving
You
the
could also
experience.
just be a woman with very short hair, Sue. It's all good.
It's all good. So it is fun. And like I said, I've said too, with the people that I've met here, high quality, wonderful people. I have yet to meet anybody where I've said, well, that was a waste of time. It's because everybody here has been just amazing and so giving in what they're doing and wanting to help others. And, they always say, as a rising tide, all ships rise. That's what it feels like here. Everybody is up for helping each everyone.
Yeah, just talking to some of the other vendors today, including yourself, it's been very welcoming, and as you said, really high level people who are looking to help others. So it's been great.
And the level of I think the interpersonal connections that I've made here, of all things, I find that actually refreshing. I want to say surprising. It shouldn't be, but when you do networking, you don't connect that quickly with people very often. But here, I actually feel like I have. So that's
well, and I think that's what I was indicating with this idea that we're kind of in this video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I was at a trade show, I wouldn't go and talk to someone on the floor unless they came to my booth and looked curious, right? But you can't tell if somebody goes by you as an avatar if they're wanting to talk to you or not. So you just kind of step out and say hello, which is not something you would typically do, right? And then you have these great conversations with people that you might otherwise not have.
Excellent. And I love that. And actually, you mentioned too that you have a presentation you'll be doing soon. You want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. It's actually called Translating Your Story to Strategic Authority. And I'm going through the bridge framework, the 6 steps that you actually need to take all of those thoughts in your head and get them to the client who needs to hear them.
Oh my goodness. So that's something that everybody needs to hear. I love it. Remind us again how people can find you. And I appreciate you taking the time to come and talk with us here. But how can people?
Oh, I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you, Sue. This has been great. Yeah, you can find me. Easiest way is LinkedIn, Helen Harwood Snell Storyteller on LinkedIn. And I look forward to connecting with anybody who wants to have a conversation, learn more about storytelling.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Helen. Again, this is onthebus.biz, and we're here yet for over an hour. So if you're catching this live and want to come and join us, go to the website and register and join us on here, because this is a lot of fun and there are great people. Helen's here with her booth, and actually I can see it kind of right over the top of my head. I can see her booth. So go ahead and join us here. And if this timing doesn't work, then reach out. You now have contact info. Make the point of reaching out and connecting. So again, my name is Sue Roskoff with World of Ability Podcast